back to The Pop. This is your host, Dr. Shanae Turan, and we're going to be talking more about when the doctor needed a doctor. And we're talking about me. Talking about me for the purpose of making sure that you guys can really use or take advantage of the tips that I bring because it coming from a place of lived experience. This is what I will always do for you all, is speak from the heart, speak from a place of knowing this is my life as well. This is something that we share. So it was September 10th of 2019 where I found myself journaling to try to make sense of some things that had gone on with me. And when I say gone on with me, it was something that I was experiencing when one of my good friends committed suicide. And I usually ask people, how are you doing? And crazy enough, I had to ask myself that same thing. Suicide was on my mind. Not because I was the one thinking of suicide, but one of my childhood friends had committed suicide on my 4-year wedding anniversary. And once I found, at least a few words to say, I posted on social media, even though I don't often even post my thoughts like many others. But this time, the only other people who knew my pain were hundreds, if not thousands of miles away. I mean, my brain was and just continued, and even still, is trying to comprehend what happened. Every time I try to distract myself or focus on a project or fill my schedule with appointments I previously avoided making, I just feel my head. It's tense. And it's not even like a normal headache, but pressure. I can even feel this pressure or tension behind my eyes. I mean, it just makes it hard for me to avoid it. What is it? Avoid the tension, the thoughts, the feelings of grief. And I mean, I've asked so many of my patients to embrace, grief as a part of the healing process, but this is hard. I can't help but think about those who don't have someone to talk to, as if finding the words to say wasn't already a challenge. People posted on Facebook their thoughts, most of which were basically, I can't find the words. This is unbelievable. I just can't. And for me, I can't. I can't help but draw on my own experiences and repeat the same half-complete thought. I just can't. When you think you know how to help everyone, that's me, you are, or should I say, I am faced with the reality that not only is it impossible to help everyone, but my desire to help others have nothing, I mean zero, to do with the help I need. I guess there's a reason I feel so drawn to help and care for and support others who, whose purpose to help others. A lot of people. But whether it's an obsession or a very clear purpose in life that I've been seeking, I can't help but take this tragedy to remind myself that I need help as well. Not that I didn't know this before, but, it takes me down that road of remembering all that I've ever recommended to others. I mean, seek help, get help. You need help, it's okay to get help. I mean, I need to find a friend or special person willing and able to help me when I seek after help. I can no longer assume that those that say they love me and care for me are truly able and willing to, help and be effective in helping me in those rough times. I mean, unfortunately, my ability to help others might actually prevent people from seeing when I'm in need, seeing when I need help. I mean, how many times do I have to remind people that I'm human too? I really do think back to when I was required to engage in counseling as a part of my clinical education. And, it was nice enough, but I guess I didn't realize the ongoing need. Let me just say that. I figured it was just to understand, what it's like to be a patient. But ironically, I I sometimes feel the need to humble myself and go back to that place. I mean, literally to that place. During the time and even from time to time past those events of hearing about my friend that committed suicide, I needed to see a doctor. I'm a doctor, and I needed and need to see a doctor during times like this. But it's not the first or the last time that I feel this way. I mean, life is hard, am I right? I mean, hard, depending on the situation, is even an understatement. I'm literally trying to juggle, and this is at the time that I found out, I'm literally trying to juggle a new job, pay attention to my husband, have energy and attention on a platter for the arrival of our toddler son from daycare each day. And of course, I have to be purposely engaged in emotional labor. What's emotional labor? We'll get to that. But I have to be engaged so that I'm not simply crying all the time, crying all day, crying all night, while trying to process the loss of a friend. Oh, and let's not forget the need to check in with folks and supervise or mentor, make sure everyone else is okay. Life can just be too much to handle at times, and I agree. But then I wonder, what is the best way to deal with this? I don't have time to get help. I don't have the energy to dig and research helpful tips right now. So what do? I default to what I know helped. Helped what? Plenty of the patients and clients that I would see. So first things first, minimize or if possible, completely stop running away and avoiding what I feel in each given moment. And do what with that? Avoid what I feel and deal with it. But how can you deal with it? I'd like to say there's an acronym that you can use to remember, and it's called RESPOND. Well, yeah, you got to respond. You can't just forget. You can't just push it out of your mind and think that it's going to go away. No, you have to respond. And respond, first things first, you need to rest. Take some time to slow down. Take some time to really just not think so much about what's wrong, but rest, get some sleep. Then there is the E. Remember, I said emotional labor we get to. So, what is emotional labor? Emotional labor is a lot of what everybody's doing these days, especially during the uh, pandemic that's going on. Emotional labor, that's when you are feeling a certain emotion on the inside and displaying a different one on the outside. So, basically, if you're stressed, you're upset, you're angry, you're sad, but on the outside, for example, you're laughing, you're calm, and basically pretending. There is no place of you actually regulating and attending to your emotions. So this is that time. Attend to your emotions and refrain from emotional labor. Okay? So have some sort of way to engage in emotional regulation. versus emotional labor. And then we go to the S. Spend time with friends, family, loved ones. Basically, get to a place where you're connecting. You're connecting with people. So you're spending time with your friends to just get your mind off of things for a little while, and or talk about what's going on and vent. Sometimes that's the best thing that you can do, is just vent it out and begin to get help processing it. And I do want to caution you to be careful about the people that you do spend your time with during these moments, because you want to make sure that you spend time with people that know you, know who you are, and can offer you sound advice, wisdom, and support. Okay? So spend time with family, friends, loved ones. Next is the P. Practice mindfulness. And in this, for some, it may be, instead of practice mindfulness, it may be prayer. So specifically praying or specifically practicing mindfulness is what you would do to get yourself to a place of grounding, being grounded in what it is that is going on, so that you can delve into those emotions, delve into the concerns that you have, the grief, feelings of grief that you're going through, but that you're purposely making sure to honor the moment that you're in, and you're being kind to yourself. You want to be kind to yourself when you're going through the different phases of grief. You want to be kind to yourself when you're in a place of needing help, because you can use this energy to then problem solve. Problem solve, whether it's, how do I find a way to not sleep all day? How do I find a way to motivate myself? But practice mindfulness. For those that pray, definitely spend this time in prayer, all for the sake of grounding yourself. What is your anchor? What is it that keeps you steadfast and steady when everything else seems so unstable? Okay. Next is the O, which is organize your day. Set a structure, set a schedule, so that you aren't finding yourself, again, if I use the example of sleeping the day away, or getting to a place where you're just watching TV and that's it. You're not moving, you're not staying active, but organize your day so that you include those things that help you attend to your mind, body, and spirit. Mind could be the things that you're doing when you're practicing the P of the acronym. So practicing mindfulness. The body could be making sure that you're moving, you're stretching, whether it's yoga, whether it's cardio exercises, whatever it is, organize your day. Spirit also being, if you want to engage in prayer, if you want to just sit and read inspirational quotes, watch inspirational videos, or whatever it is for you, but organize your day. Make sure that you have something to rely on to keep yourself in a healthy way busy and not so preoccupied with the stage that you're in of grieving your loss. The next one is O. Well, I said O, it would be N. N is never give up. Never give up. So when you're going through the different stages of grief, you may get so fed up even with your own thoughts, your own emotions being all over the place. And that's fine. Just never give up. Making sure that you're staying grounded, making sure that you're being mindful, you're being prayerful, you are managing your emotions and actually attending to the fact that your emotions are changing throughout the different stages of grief. But make sure you don't give up on yourself, because it can be really rough, and giving up definitely puts you in a place where you are putting your energy into things that you can't change. Instead, focus on the things that you do. So there may be times, and some of you may have heard of your circle of concern versus your circle of influence. Your circle of influence is where you want to be. The concern is that grief process. You can't change the fact that you're going through grief. You can't change what happened, but you can control how you respond. You can control the support that you give yourself. You do want to make sure that you do that. So never give up. And the D, the last part of respond. Do something you love. So do something that you love is going to put you in a place of reigniting just your energy, your spirit, your thoughts, reactivation. Just think doing something you love is going to reignite maybe even your passion in another area, your passion and concern for others, possibly your passion and concern of making sure that you spend time with your family, making sure that you do things to honor those that you've loved and lost, but also those that you love that are still here. So make sure you do something you love, because no matter what, love does conquer all. You just have to be patient. Like we said a minute ago, don't give up, but do something that you love. Do something that gets you up and going, that activates you, that reignites whatever spirit you need to move away from all of the noise from your loss, all the noise in your head in regards to the grief. But just remember that. Respond. Respond is what you do. Respond is what I learned I needed to do during this rough time for me. And I'm just recommending and sharing it with you all so that if you're going through the same thing, you can consider this. And like I said, to deal with it for myself, I've always paid attention to, and it just so happens it falls into an acronym of respond. You respond to it. You don't run away from it. And respond again means the R is rest. E is emotional labor. S is spend time with family, friends, and loved ones. The P is practice mindfulness or prayer. O is organize your day and structure yourself. N is never give up. And D is do something you love. Okay? So rest, emotional labor, spend time with family, friends, and loved ones, practice mindfulness or prayer, organize your day, never give up, and do something you love. I hope this helped you as it had helped me, and it continues to help me when I'm going through different ups and downs in my life, loss, and just grieving. We can get through it. And most of all, if you don't remember anything, just remember never give up. You can find peace through this storm, because I have, and I know you can as well. All right, till next time, thank you for tuning in. Continue to spread the word. Definitely follow and share with everybody. All right, talk to you soon.